Permaband on X says, one of the collective shout call-out petitions was mysteriously removed from change.org. The main one with 200,000 signatures is still up, but this smaller one is just arbitrarily taken down. Curious. And here we have change.org, new milestone, 5,000 signatures. This petition is no longer small. 5,000 people are on board. Want to push this forward? Share with a group chat, community page or forum where people care about this issue. Calling on everyone to stop collective shout. And this just randomly disappeared. This is Pirate Nation. Change.org removes petition against collective shout. Change.org has blocked/removed the petition to end collective shout censorship. And the post I found very curious because it doesn't say it's missing. It doesn't say error 404. It says this page is under review. This request cannot be accessed at this time. It may be reviewed by our moderators who oversee compliance with our community guidelines. This request can be accessed again once the review process is completed. Thank you very much for your patience. Very curious that it's under review and taken down officially now. And Pirate Nation followed it up with a post from Reddit saying, looks like it was removed 3 days ago. Now, when I go to this site here, it is up from Pro Male Collective. It says collective shout, petition taken down by feminist moderators at change.org. This is a legitimate concern with any kind of business. If ideologies start to impact business choices and decisions, it can completely derail the freedom and open market of communication. As some of you may not know, there is a notorious feminist organization running amok by the name of Collective Shout that has been using false hate narratives and hysteria to get several forms of male-consumed media banned and censored from multiple platforms across the globe. They frequently use this rhetoric of violence objectification against women as a pretext, when in reality, their goal is to create a slippery slope to push boundaries, harass the male consumers, and censor their media out of narcissism and control. Well, based off of what we've discovered with that email that came out, sure as shit sounds like they also not just want narcissism and power and control. They want money. They want your donations. They want your tax deductible donations for them to continue operating. And they are using victimhood to power that. Objectification is a falsehood term designed by feminists as hate speech to verbally attack men and boys for their adoration of attractive female characters. Women also suffer the least amount of violence across all metrics in society compared to men. Very true, by the way. These are bold-faced lies and propaganda pieces used to falsely victimize women and demonize men as their points of interest. It's similar to the years-old petty arguments news outlets used to make about how video games somehow making kids become more violent in real life, which of course has been debunked a million times over, which again, by the way, still doesn't stop news organizations to peddle that, or people grifting online to be like, oh yeah, it's really hurting the children. Think of the children. In fact, you could even argue they tried to use this as an angle 20 years ago to push propaganda and have more power over the people, and socialism and communism and Marxism back then, and it didn't work. And now they're trying again right now with the whole think of the children angle. Hopefully it doesn't work again this time, but I do have concerns based off of what's happening in the world right now, but I digress. Their latest scandal has caused Steam and Valve to get strong-armed with payment processors, Visa and Mastercard, into removing over thousands of not safe for work categorized games under the false pretense of promoting sexual violence. A petition was created on change.org calling not only for their group to be banned on X for their lies and exploitation, but to expose their blatant hypocrisy and projection. Not only do they choose to not target romance novel literature, because women are the primary consumers of that stuff, yep, which contain just as much, if not more, sexually depraved content than the media they choose to cherry pick and target men for. They have also been seen endorsing the Netflix drama Cuties, which portrays an even more dramatic depiction of sexual exploitation among young girls. And here's the biggest difference, Cuties. Every time we bring this up, I'm going to say it. Cuties is real life girls being mentally impacted and affected. And for some ungodly reason, Collective Shout supported that, saying it was empowering for females and women. Yet fictional characters in video games that these girls are never going to see or play, and no kids are playing or seeing or being impacted by, are somehow the devil and need to be canceled and removed because reasons and censorship. But Cuties is fine, guys. Cuties is totally fine, according to Collective Shout. So go figure, right? Fast forward, and the petition has been taken down by the moderators for potential review. And this is originally from Alex Cat. They said, it looks like feminists heading to change.org's website are about to take the petition against Collective Shout down. The page under review, it's never a good sign. Collective Shout is allowed to promote false narratives to get thousands of games people put blood, sweat, and tears into unjustly removed with no pushback. Yet those who protest and call them out for the hypocrites they are get flagged and taken down. It is way too convenient for it to be a mere coincidence. The moderators at change.org are likely feminist affiliated and are trying to cover up for Collective Shout's actions and mitigate as much blowback against them as possible, while they still continue onwards towards their next target of sabotage. There are many men out there that are still in denial of feminists having any correlation to the censorship and vandalism they've experienced in their favorite media prior to recent events, but it's too blatant to ignore at this point. Unless you call these individuals out for the hate-mongering feminists that they are in unison and take proper political action to get them deplatformed and legally reprimanded, that's the big one, by the way, legally reprimanded, they will continue to sabotage the media you love under false pretenses. Hashtag ban Collective Shout. And they said, so there's zero pretext to ban it. They put it under review, but the writing is so obvious, they're doing the motions to remove it. I'll be pleasantly surprised if they reinstate it. And they said, seen this song and dance over and over again. Keep an eye out for it and put it over the coals when they deem it to be safe to finally ban it outright. And they said, change.org is controlled by feminists. And good reply here. Men have allowed feminists to hijack the internet and ruin it. I agree with that. But real men are actually fighting back right now saying, yeah, no, that ain't happening anymore. We're taking the internet back, and these feminists are not going to start implementing censorship across the board, even though it's still plentiful in plenty of areas. We got r/gaming. Change.org removes the petition against Collective Shout, and ironically, lock post, new comments can't be posted. Sorry, the post has been removed. And they said, your post has been removed because it's not directly gaming related or is a generic meme template. Related means the post must contain gaming related content and links content or in the post body. So the mod of this rainbow icon, r gaming in Reddit, has removed it because they're like, oh, change.org is not gaming. So we're just going to ban it from not just change.org, but we're also going to remove it from Reddit as well. Ironically, not just change.org being run by feminists, but clearly some areas of Reddit as well being completely overrun by feminist propaganda, pushing an agenda and trying to hide behind, oh no, we're just following the rules, bro. We're just following the rules. You misunderstand us. We don't mean it like that. But yeah, under review is the same as taken down in this case. The language is used to disguise the obvious. No, change.org should be the new name. This is the big sign, if any, to men who still don't think feminism has power and influence. Oh, it absolutely does. It absolutely does. So we're seeing it in real time right now. First off, why would this get taken down? How is it hurting anyone? How is it affecting anything? People are just voicing their concern, signing an online petition saying, we don't want this anymore. And we're getting together saying we don't want it anymore for obvious reasons. We feel like these people are a net negative on the gaming industry. They're injecting ideologies that are not welcome by the vast majority of people that play video games. I feel like it's pretty self-explanatory, but yet for some reason, this stuff keeps happening. And that is extremely concerning. So we'll see what happens moving forward. But as of right now, the Collective Shout petition has been taken down on change.org. Once again, we are being silenced and censored when we're trying to speak out. Funny how only they're allowed to do that, isn't it? But I'll leave that one there.